What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game Like Will, man, back with another video. I didn't get no sleep last night. It's early, 10 o'clock. I didn't get no sleep last night, but here we are with another video. So, how do you spark attraction in a female that lives in your neighborhood or some female that you're going to run into soon? Because each one of you fellas out here are going to run into a female this week. You know what I'm saying? What's today? Today's like Sunday or Monday. We're just assuming and future projecting that you're going to run into a female because y'all always end up, let's be honest, y'all always end up running into a female, and then what happens? You don't know what to do. And then what happens? You come to YouTube and you're like, oh, I need to find out how to flirt. I don't know how to flirt. I don't know how to talk to women. I don't know how to do this. I need to learn how to banter. I need to learn how to flirt. I need to learn how to be cocky funny. I need to learn how to have sauce. I need to learn how to have Rizz. And I'm here to let you know all of that stuff is absolutely true and there's nothing wrong with you, right? The problem is you don't have no guidance. You have no guidelines. You have no rules of flirting. You have no when you feel like you're walking on like up a mountain, up a hill, like you're trying to learn how to flirt, but like nothing's really making sense. And the funny thing is that like I was just asking myself, like, why did I sign up for this job? Because in reality, I mean, I didn't write down no notes, but in reality, if I did, I would be able to tell y'all, like, in this situation, do this, in this situation, do that. But like, I'm talking about a female that you run into, right? She's in your neighborhood or school or wherever. And I'm sure. Listen, I know where y'all are at. You are under the assumption that this girl do not like you, or maybe you think maybe she do, maybe she don't. Both of those are deadly territories to be in because either one, you don't know what to say to her. Either one puts you in a gray area, in a blind spot, and you're just like, Will, please help me. You say your name is Game Like Will, please give me some game and grace me and help me get the fuck out of this fucking hole that I'm in, right? Because metaphysically, that's what it is, right? You know, women have that ability, right? Because you think she's fine as shit, right? So I'm a firm believer that it's a two-way street. Like you could do two options, right? You can assume that the female has low to moderate interest for you or medium or low interest. And you could just say, fuck this bitch, and then go talk to another female and then see if she got high interest. You could take the path of least resistance. Or you could grow a pair of nuts, then you could walk up to her and talk to her. But be prepared for when you walk up to a female that you know deep in your hearts of hearts that you find her sexy, right? So there's another two-way street at this point. You're either going to approach her or you're going to banter, flirt, push, pull. What's the other ones? There's so many. Misinterpret what she says as if she's flirting with you. Oh, I'm not that easy. Can you stop? Hands off the merchandise. You know what I'm saying? She touched like, you're going to either A, try to stimulate the bit, or you're B, going to say, you know, you're gonna go with the approach. But if it's a female in your neighborhood or school, chances are you already know her to a certain degree or see her around. So here's the golden rule, fellas. If you already know a female or you see her around, you can't treat her like a random female you're running into at the mall. You can't treat her like a random female that if I see a female today with blue eyes, she's white, Caucasian or whatever, and I never met her because I just randomly went to Target today, I can approach her. That's the golden rule, right? It's the unwritten rule. But if it's a female in my school, it's a female I know her from middle school, or a female that I'm seeing, yeah, I can act brand new, but the golden rule is she's gonna act as if she knows me, and women are notorious for that type of energy. So, fellas, a woman like this, the woman A that we're not talking about woman A that you're gonna meet at the mall. You already know to do your approach with her. The woman that is in your neighborhood. Maybe you don't even know her that much, but you there's a girl around that you keep seeing, and you're like, damn, like I be acting like a bitch. You feel me? I want to know how to flirt. Like, well, you have to set the ground rule that I'm just gonna try to talk to her. Even if it's just saying hello or hi or what's up, and I'm gonna try to use that hello, hey, hi, or what's up to just kind of flick her into her saying hello or hi or whatever, just reciprocating. I'm trying to flick her or stimulate her. Very, very little subtle into, um, rebuttaling back, hello or hi. And here's the thing, right? The moment of conception, fellas, it's all in your hands what you do from there. Every man is going to be different at this point. There's only, there's some that's going to say the same shit, but every man is gonna say something different. And this is where most of y'all feel that feeling of like, damn, Will, give me something. Shoot me an idea or an example so that when I go into these situations, I can at least have some metaphorical idea of what to say. And I'm afraid, fellas, that it just is whatever you want to say. Like, I mean, this is why I say I signed up for the hardest job in America, because it's like if y'all hit me in the Gmail in the email, I can give you a one on one, like I can literally guide you through it. But the type of information that I'm gonna give in this, like, I don't got no examples on standby. I just wanted to let y'all know, like, for that situation in exact, don't try to be too sexual. Don't at all. It's not gonna work. Don't be too sexual. Listen, there's three ways to do at this point. Too sexual, too much like a friend or regular, like just say hi and she say hi and then you just keep walking by type shit. And then in the middle. This is where all the smooth motherfuckers are. Because what they gonna do is say, hi, how you doing? She gonna say, hi, how you doing? She gonna act all stiff and shit, like she just gonna try to treat today like oh, he said hi, but it's still like a regular day and shit. And this is gonna be the moment, like I said, of conception where you're gonna have nuts or guts or balls or whatever, and you're gonna say some shit like, give her. I don't want to say give her a compliment. Mm, I wouldn't even say give her a compliment. I would say like you want to flirt, but you don't want to. Hmm. Yeah, you want to flirt, like, but you want to start a basic conversation first. So like when you say hi or hello, she's gonna say hi and hello, but notice her body language. She's gonna turn towards you, or maybe not. But whatever she does, you kind of wanna again, you wanna kind of pick or pluck, if that makes any sense. You kind of wanna kind of assume that she's into you, even if she's not. If that makes sense, because what you wanna do is kind of, I don't want to say the word manifest, but you kind of want to like lean in, because at the end of the day, between the two genders, you are the leader. Period. Like there is no debate in that. There's no argument. There's no none of that. Like people could comment, females could say, "Oh, we're both." I don't want to hear it, because at the end of the day, one is my channel, and two, real men don't think like that. They think the way I'm saying. So the people on this channel want to be real men. They're gonna think assumptively, as if, and that's the word, as if. You're gonna think as if. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see all smooth men have always done. From my older cousins to people in school that I knew got women, the bad boys or the jocks or whoever. Um, they never questioned anything. They actually always just assumed as if it was what it was, and that's what made things make sense, right? Nothing really makes sense. That's why a a neighbor could walk by you a million times, back, forth, school, back, wherever the fuck she going, work, back, just every day. And you can just sit there and literally, like a lion that has drool coming from his mouth, just watch the sexy girl go back and forth, and you just are lost because what you're not doing is you're not assuming as if she's gonna fuck with you. And of course you're not, because you can't assume something you have no proof. And I mean, well, obviously you can assume. That's what this video is about. You can assume something you have no proof. But well, you can assume something with very little proof. So if I say hi to you once, you say hi. I say hi to you again, you say hi. What proof do I have that you don't like? You underdig what I'm saying? What proof do I have that you don't like me? And the answer really is I don't have proof of either or, but if I am a lion or a man and I want something, the woman's going to respect you because she knows, even if she don't feel like stopping or talking to nobody or meeting nobody, dating nobody, all that bullshit they tell themselves, she's going to respect the fact that you're assuming as if, because in reality, that's what y'all are having an issue with. Y'all are not having an issue with the fact that like she might reject you or she might not like you. You really don't care. You care that you care. That's why you're here. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. You care that you care. That's how long you've been sitting around and rejecting yourself, because women don't reject you. You reject yourself, and then they see what the fuck you are, and then they reject you. You know, I had that epiphany earlier. I said, man, that girl that I was talking to, she ain't stopped messing with me until she seen that I was moving not a certain type of way. And it happens. It happens to the best of us. But what do? You dust yourself off and you try again. Like Aaliyah said, you dust yourself off, you go back into the field, and you just be a better man because you're taking advice from game like Will. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna approach all the random females. You're gonna do your regular approach on them, and then you're gonna improv on the women that you see around, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna say hi, hey, or hello, the three H's, or what's up, the one W. And then whatever she say, I don't give a fuck if she fall and trip. What you're gonna do is you're gonna open up a conversation. And then after that first sentence or second sentence, maybe you're gonna start flirting. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna smile. You're gonna smile. And what you're gonna do is when you start smiling, you're gonna realize that this shit is easier than I fucking, not even than you thought. It's just easy. It's just easy. See, I'm of the understanding that life is biology, and you're either living in the fucking coolness or you're living in that cramped up, self-conscious, cynical past that you've came from, whoever watching this video. But you're not living in the present. If you feel fear, look, here's the golden rule. As soon as you feel fear, you're not in the present, because you've allowed poison to come in. Because fear don't live in the present moment. Because it's nothing but unadulterated you're experiencing. So what I'm doing is I'm saying I'm adding it on, I'm incorporating in when I run into a female in my neighborhood, in my school, a female that I possibly might run into again that I see often. And if I had this attitude in high school, it would have been up. But what I'm saying is act as if. As if what, Will? Act as if you've been there before, but act as if she loves you. Act as if you have on cologne that women are just drawn to. Like, act as if you're the one man on the planet that has this fragrance that you spray on yourself every morning that just draws women to you like fucking fruit flies to fucking, or fucking whatever, fucking mosquitoes to honey, or some, I don't know, bees to honey, I don't know. Just act as if. Because what do I mean act as if? This is for your own imagination. Because my imagination is kind of already primed, because some people, I think I'm better at improv and fake it till you make it type shit. I think I'm kind of good with this shit. I think I always been kind of good with that because I'm optimistic by nature. I think maybe y'all are too, but act as if she likes you. When you come from that terrain, it's harder for her to act as if she don't like you because she don't know what she like, and that's just the raw truth. And what's crazy is that when you are living in that cramped version of yourself, you don't know that that's the truth. You think she knows she don't like you, and she don't even know you. Y'all never had a conversation. How the fuck don't she like you? Oh, she might not like the way I look. Who gives a fuck? It's women, it's plenty of women who like how I look, and they still ain't texting me back. So it doesn't matter. What matters is my energy and the way I present myself to the next female in the situation. That's all that matters. It matters what I say and how I feel. And it matters how I conduct and lead the conversation because that's what I'm going to do. And that's another rule, golden rule, right? Another GR, another golden rule. I'm going to lead that motherfucker because I'm assuming that every conversation, especially one with a stranger, only has about 5 talking points, aka sentences. And that's how I'm going to control the conversation because think about it. You know, I'm thinking that deep because if you don't think a man without a plan plans to lose. So 5 sentences deep, that's good enough for me, right? If I see you and you're walking around the neighborhood and you're cute, 5 sentences is about as long as it takes for me to chop it up with you and make you really feel like you like me type shit. Anything past 3 to 5 sentences, I'm going into like being like the gay best friend. I'm going into like being like super close and just like a homie or some shit. Like that shit is not happening over here. So um yeah, 3 to 5 sentences. That ain't nothing. One of them is hello, how you doing? She's gonna say some shit back. And then the next one is you starting to sit a conversation about anything. Say something truthful. Use your eyes and look at the environment, look at her. It's you got in the conversation, you always got 3 things to pay attention to. You, her, and the environment. That's it. Pick something. Right now I could look at this and I could be like, yo, I don't know what the fuck this is right here. This is some like, bro, I don't even like the shape of this, right? I'm saying something truthful. I'm choosing truthful because I got a conversation type thing where I know that I could say mad different shit, right? Like I could say mad different shit, but like even like yo, I'm wondering where you be coming from every day. You be like you go to school, like that's a question. Like you could do questions or statements, right? Left hand, right hand type shit. But like what I'm trying to get y'all to see is that's a considerate question. So I would be being considerate with that. I can't ask her what did you eat today because that was something I would ask to a female who is you know, that I'm kind of already, approached and got her number type shit. Like that's being considerate. So that's another form. Like I got different ways to shoot out a sentence at a female. So like different little filters. One is considerate, one is truthful, one is honest, one is caring, one is to say something reliable or it's different. It's different ways to do that. So your conversation, like I know that shit might sound technical to some people, but you just say something, just choose truthful, bro. Just say something truthful. Like just look around you at the environment. You got you, her in the environment and say something truthful. It could be any fucking thing, like any fucking thing, like but when you say that, she's gonna respond because she's a female. She's either gonna laugh, she's gonna respond, whatever. But notice she slows down. Notice she's stuck in her trap. She notice that her feet slows down and she's kind of like waiting for you to like. She's gonna kind of like act nervous and then she's gonna kind of wait for you to act nervous. But if you don't act nervous, that's gonna be her okay moment where it's like, wait, it's kind of okay to not just go from school back to the house every day like that. And then that's when you're gonna You may not want to even flirt. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, because remember, she's a stranger and I'm learning how to take things more slowly. And the only reason I'm starting to do that is because I noticed that when you crank shit up later sexually, like even the way you talk sexually to a female later on, like when you let her kind of like, you don't, okay, you want to develop a delicate balance. You don't want to move too slow or too fast. And this is another point of, y'all got that first point of like talking to the female that y'all are gonna fuck up. But then you got that second point that's even more a little devious, because say for instance that female even do start like trying to see what's up with you type deal. Like y'all are not even gonna know how to touch and how to like crank that shit up to the next levels. And again, I talked to you in the last video about touch, physical touch, which is very I would say it's one of the most important things, because if you can do that, then you can pretty much bypass a lot of shit verbally, right? If you don't touch a female, your mouthpiece has to be activated, and I will even go as far to say that that's a crossroads for a lot of y'all, because you it's harder to develop the mouthpiece, so it's like you're gonna always feel inadequate right there. So you know, obviously, I could give you a step by step thing to say, but there is no step by step thing to say, because like even for me, I got people I listen to and I take some of their information, but at the end of the day, it still leaves me high and dry, because what I really want to do and I desire always to, I guess because I'm an artist or some shit, I always desire to have my own original game. So it's just gonna always be like, okay, he told me to say this, but I still want to figure out my own shit. So it's like, but I won't take them training wheels off though, because I'm not stupid. But a lot of y'all will. So, but what I'm trying to say is just, yeah, open up that conversation. If the shit go your way, that's another Instagram or another number. And at the end of the day, you might want to take it to social circle game at that point, or you might want to, even though you cold approached, you might want to take it to social circle game, or you might want to take this shit and just keep going towards, I want to take you out, I want to take you here, or I want to go here with you, or whatever. So you may keep it direct at that point, or you may take it to social circle game. It really depends on your level of awareness and what the fuck you see her as. You feel me? It really depends on some really, you know, quarterback type thinking, because a lot of y'all think, you know, with your head down and shit. You gotta be aware of what's going on, right? So that's this video right here, bro. I hope y'all got something out of this, bro. And again, when it comes to flirting, if y'all remember, you hey, hello, hi, or what's up, then you're gonna go into say one thing that's truthful. Like, man, we got all these damn napkins in here. I don't know why we got all these napkins in here. It's called an observational statement too, but you're just saying some shit. But I like to call it truthful, because that's the way I was trained to talk. Like when I think of the word truthful, it makes it a little bit more heartfelt and easy, right? And then after she said whatever, or she laughed or whatever, then flirting is, remember, is banter, which would be like uh having a cocky, not cocky, but a witty comeback, or um, I would even say making her laugh, or making her blush, or making her think, or making it man to woman versus making it friend to friend, or some shit like um, compliment. Like I said, that's a form of flirting to me. Like, damn, you have a pretty smile. You know that, right? You know what I'm saying? Or uh, misinterpretation, depending on what she said too. Because remember, there's some quiet women that I'm sure that y'all are looking at, and those are harder to really. They're not hard once y'all start talking to them, but they're hard when y'all are not talking to them, because they literally won't get any words out of somebody like that. So you know, you just gotta remember, bro. Like, and then remember, like, you work on her, but at the end of the day, you just you still got to go out in the field and really talk to women who are more receptive, because like at the end of the day, you got levels of interest, and every woman's level of interest is sincerely different. So I'm gonna end the video on that note, man, because at that note, you got to keep track of what level. Because remember, the girl, a lot of the women who you assume might not fuck with you, they just might, or they might. Like, it's really tricky territory, bro. Like, I'm not gonna tell y'all no bullshit. I'm not gonna tell y'all they not gonna fuck with you. I'm not gonna tell you they are, because a lot of them nervous, shy females, they really will fuck with y'all. So it's like, you know, you go after all these outgoing females, but that's not really your speed anyway, and then you can't really catch up. So it's like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you got to kind of open up some of these women that are kind of like shy. You go to the mall, you go towards Journeys, or you go to one of these little stores, you're gonna run into a couple nerdy females, or you know low profile females, and these females are the ones that, again, you're gonna feel like, I don't know what the fuck to say to her, but it's just like, anything else, and it's just real. I believe, and I'm about to end the video. I believe it's more of a practice, bro, and it's more of a biology. Like I said, it's more of like, yo, you know, there's no words to describe certain things. Now, obviously, there are words to describe everything, but some things are better left, you know, um, practice. Like, some things are better left practice than it is spoken. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling y'all how to flirt with a female that y'all see all the time, or some shit that you might necessarily not know what to say. And I'm giving y'all a structure in which y'all can go about kind of cracking that open. But in reality, once you crack it open, y'all probably think y'all not gonna know what to do then. And y'all gonna have to come back. But it's all a process, and that's why you just gotta open up the process. And that's why I say it's more of like a thing you gotta do, and then you gotta like come back and then see, and then ask more information type shit. But we're all learning, bro. Like, flirting is, to me, a myriad of things. It's like I said, push pull. It's like, yeah, you have some cute eyes, but you look devilish for real. Or you got some cute lips, yet you seem bold. She's like, what the fuck do he mean by bold? Is that good or bad? You know what I'm saying? Push pull or pull push, whatever. Yeah, you a bold girl with some cute eyes though. You know? I'm just saying. And then like you hit her with a couple, and remember, always keep in your mind, anything that's flirting, that falls under the umbrella of flirting, is simply to stimulate the female. That's all I flirt for. I don't know what y'all flirt for. It's to stimulate her emotionally and to get her kind of engaged. And because it's hard. Okay, I'm gonna end it on this, and this is real talk, and this is the last thing I want to say, because I'm gonna kind of pick back up on this last part anyway in newer videos. But I'm studying something called language patterns, and it's basically as if it's, you know what that shit is. It's like scripts or some shit that you could write or make for yourself, and you want to incorporate certain things into these scripts purposefully so that you can get a reaction or response from a female. It's harder the more things you have to remember and put into the thing, because you have to actually be creative at that point. And you never know where you're going to be, what environment you're going to be in, where you're going to see that beautiful female. So you really don't know. You really have in your mind a lack of resources to create these language patterns. But you can talk about anything anywhere. So therefore you can say anything, which leaves you back in square one where you don't know what the fuck to write. So you have to kind of go into your conversation side of you and kind of find, like I said, almost find topics and find things like you may talk about like a job, or you may talk about money or success, or you may talk about romance, or you may create a language pattern from that. And you want to get a little bit more specific of what about romance, right? You know, maybe a breakup or whatever. And then you want to kind of like begin to like kind of like draw up or write at least two, three sentences. That's a language pattern. All it takes is two, three sentences, sometimes four or five if you feel like it. But what you're doing is making a little paragraph, half of a paragraph. And what you're doing is you're just coming up with this script that you're going to kind of fire off in the middle of time and space to a female. And you're not hoping to get a reaction from her. You're kind of going back and revising and editing the shit and putting um these things inside of it. You're kind of weaving it in or cooking it or baking these things in. So when you say it to the female, it kind of, in the way I talk, it's kind of like flash. It's like kind of like quick. So it's like it's gonna bypass the conscious mind anyway. But you're saying it to get her in these moods, right? This the word mood, right? And our words hold weight, so you can really do this shit. But you gotta understand that I would even lean towards making most of my language patterns very, very friendly. The reason why I say friendly is because if you make your language patterns sexual or more man to woman, then she's gonna assume you're trying to fuck me, which isn't always bad. You feel me? It isn't always bad because it just isn't always bad. You could have like maybe two, three language patterns that are literally sex orientated or whatever, but they're all sex orientated, whether it's, you know, um, you want it to be indirect. That's what this shit is. This shit that I'm talking about right now is. So you want to talk as if, right? As if I'm talking to you, but I'm kind of like just talking in general. Like how I said earlier about like, I be wondering like when I see you walk past, I be like, yo, I wonder if she's going to like school or do you have a job? Blah blah blah. Remind you, take them, cut, right? I'm in her business right now, like, but it's none of my business. But I'm talking as if, um, I'm not coming across as if you see what I'm saying? As if I'm in her business. So she's gonna respond to that type of shit because I'm saying it the right way. But that's what I'm saying. The type of language pattern shit that I'm talking about is seduction. But seduction doesn't always start at the finish line. It barely hardly ever starts at the finish line. It starts with a basic conversation, but it's like done in a way where it feels appropriate to the female. So these language patterns could be very devious because it's coming across as if you're just talking, which you are. And but you're baking, or like I said before, you're premeditating what you're gonna say. So maybe that's the way you're gonna open it, but then you're gonna bring it somewhere else. Remember, we got three sentences to go. So you got open it, and then you got probably two more sentences. From that point, you might want to talk about school or work as your follow up thing, and then what you're doing is when you have wrote whatever the language pattern was going to be about work or school, you may have a question or a statement, but in that question or in that statement that you're going to make, there are going to be some commands and there's going to be some suggestions. You know what I'm saying? And remember, the goal is to get like some type of biological or visceral response. And the word visceral means instinctual response from the female. Because remember, attraction is very subtle. And it's something that you can't make someone do, but you can bake a cake, if that makes any sense. Like I can't make a cake, but I can bake a cake. Like I could put the shit, the ingredients in it, and I can turn the stove on, and I can make the outcome be that you wanna fuck me. But I can't make you wanna fuck me just out of thin air. Now, if you think I'm sexy or something, then that's different. Which it happens, but as y'all guys know, especially my handsome guys. It's a whole bunch of people say a handsome man's game. Y'all know good and well these women don't just want to fuck you just for your looks. We're not in high school no more. So the shit that I'm talking about really goes deep. And you got to remember, man, if you're not drawing up or writing anything down on paper or even on napkins, I got a bunch of napkins right here, toilet paper in the bathroom. Pick your fucking choice. Take out a pen or a marker and start to. Three sentences ain't gonna kill you, bro. It's gonna literally take about 2 minutes to write three sentences. And make a topic. And whatever that topic is, whatever you think you want to talk about when you run into that pretty girl, what do you think that you want to say? And let it be, let your imagination pick something like, and just use your environment. Like I'm looking at this right now. This is on my refrigerator. This is a tree and a girl and a boy. Like I could literally take from this photo and imagine, like I could talk about trees. But see, my natural thing coming up inside of me right now saying like, what the fuck you gonna say about the fucking tree? You fucking creepy ass, weird ass nigga. But if you really think about it, when you write on when you take the pen and this and you sit down and actually come up with a language pattern, it's not gonna be creepy or weird. It's gonna be actually again whatever the fuck you wanted to do. If you know what you're doing, if you know how to sum up a couple sentences to get a visceral response from a female. But, you know, you got to know how to do this shit, man. And it's not always easy. But I'm telling you, and I'm going to end it on this note. All you need is about 5 to 7 language patterns for you to have like a nest of language patterns. And then you just do those same 7 all the time. And then you'll realize, like, you know how to do this shit. But we'll talk about more of this shit later. My throat hurt. I don't know why. Guess I over talked. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. Comment down below what y'all think, y'all. And this is to go to another comment where a girl had shared my video like 2 weeks ago, and she said when I was talking about NLP and hypnosis, she was saying like basically like it was unspoken Rizz that she felt like I was talking about, and I see what she's saying with that shit. Like this would be kind of considered unspoken Rizz because it's like you're speaking, but you're speaking in a way where it's gonna go over people's heads. So it kind of is unspoken Rizz. So I do see what she meant by that. And yeah, this that shit that you can't, you know what I'm saying? This that shit that ain't just no corny pickup lines type shit. You know what I'm saying? You got the pickup lines, which do hit hard actually, but then you got the people who are really just seductive in nature, and it's a little bit more hard to shake them motherfuckers because they really know how to really make you feel shit, you know, that you may not even be aware that you're feeling, which I guess is unspoken Rizz in a sense, some form of a dimension, right? So beware for more videos. Talk to that girl that you got in mind that you don't want to talk to, whether it be in school, whether it be down the street, whether it be a neighbor. Just say hello. Break that fucking ice with that fucking hello. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? She's gonna say hi and then keep walking and you're gonna feel crazy. That's why you gotta slow her down. Don't get in front of her, but kind of get next to her or kind of like use your body language to convey like point your feet kind of towards her. Point one, maybe this foot towards her a little bit. Keep this foot here though. Don't let her your whole body be facing her. But let her know like, hey, what's up though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know, bro. Like that shit do get tricky, but you gotta have something in your pocket, and you gotta pull that motherfucker out, or just be improv. Like me, I'm very much so. I always think on the spot. Like that's why it's so hard for me to write shit down because I'm Mister Improv. Like I always want to say and trust myself. So it's like I want to just be perfect from like I want to do the impossible all the time, which is a flaw because you don't get better by being, trying to be perfect. You get better by being a human and realizing you need to get better. So, like this video, man. It's your boy, what I'm saying? Game like Will, man. In this motherfucker, man. I'm out, man. I'm tired, man. See ya.